Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to WMUC Sports. I'm Zachary Koehler alongside my broadcast partner, Andy Parr. The final game of the regular season is upon us at the Plex as the Maryland Terrapins host the Northeastern Huskies. And for the Terrapins, some pregame festivities are in order.
Yes, today is Maryland's Senior Day, so right now we're just finishing up a ceremony honoring Ava Trexler, Erica Morris-Adams, Leah Horwitz, and Floor Knopert. Very good turnout here today at the Plex. Got a nice crowd forming in front of us for this very early start time on the first day of daylight savings.
And for these two teams, a big confidence builder if you can win this one going into your conference tournaments. Northeastern takes on Drexel in the first round on November 7th. Maryland takes on Ohio State on November 6th. We'll be right back after the national anthem and the starting lineups. You're listening to WMUC Sports. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to WMUC Sports. I'm Zachary Koehler alongside my broadcast partner Andy Parr. The starting lineups for this matchup: for Northeastern, number 2, Emmy Stubbs; number 4, Olivia Yellen; number 10, Alex Mega; number 11, Jess Garden; number 12, Ashley Papas; number 15, Emilia Dragna; number 16, Tori Polster; number 18, Camille Armaganian; number 20, Anna Kate Dominga; number 25, Madeline Ambrose; and in net, number 0, Arabella Loveridge. For the Maryland Terrapins, number 5, Ella Gayton; number 6, Maya Adamson; number 8, Erica Morris-Adams; number 10, Annamine Kleinhout; number 12, Josie Holloman; number 13, Jordan Holloman; number 16, Callie Rogers; number 20, Feliz Cuna; number 23, Flor Knopert; number 28, Ella Fair; and in net, as always, number 1, Alyssa Klabasco. Both teams getting ready to go here on this beautiful fall morning.
Yep, Maryland going with 2 of their 4 seniors who they honored today in today's starting lineup. We'll see if Morris Adams and Knopert can get things going on what is their last regular season game in these Terrapin uniforms.
So as we mentioned, a big confidence builder for both of these teams. Maryland coming off of a big loss to number 4 Virginia, losing at Virginia 2-0. For Northeastern, their hot streak came to an end as they lost to number 12 Monmouth 4-1. They were on a 4-game winning streak prior to that. So both teams looking to bounce back, get back in the win column here on senior night for the Maryland Terrapins. Northeastern wearing white jerseys with the red numerals. Maryland donning black jerseys with the yellow numerals. The final huddles now getting ready to break as we are getting ready to get this thing started here at the Plex. And it looks like Northeastern will start with possession. They're going right to left, from us. Maryland defending the left side. It'll be a Dragna to get things started at the midfield line. There appears to be a little bit of a hold-up here.
Yep, we got some Big Ten Plus members holding play. I think there may have been a camera issue for the broadcast. Dragna really getting ready for Northeastern there. She was good to go and had to hold up.
And we'll see if this affects the start for either team. They are obviously game time situation. You're amped up, ready to go. There's a pause here. Both teams trying to figure out what's happening. We'll see if some of that adrenaline wears off.
And we have a thumbs up. We're ready to go.
So after a long wait, there's the final whistle. Adragna's just going to launch that one down into the offensive zone. Nobody there in particular, just looking to clear that. An interesting strategy off the break. Maryland takes it out of bounds. Possession Terrapins here in their far corner. Lobs that one is Maryland. Whistle and a free hit for the Terrapins. For Northeastern. Northeastern has possession now, taking it into the offensive zone, into the shooter circle, but that's intercepted by Erica Morris-Adams, who passes that out to Flor Knopert on the near side. Looking to break out now is the Maryland defense, trying to find a lane. Northeastern doing a good job of keeping them in the corner, but now Maryland finds it to the midfield on the stick of number 20 for the Terrapins, Cuna, and they retreat again into the defensive zone. Now Fair has possession with it, swings it to the far side. Morris-Adams up towards the midfield to Eichelboom. To Kleinhout. Kleinhout now on the near side finds a streaking Terrapin. That's Holloman into the shooter circle, a whistle, and that's going to maintain possession with the Terrapins right outside the circle. Holloman looking for a Terrapin. That pass goes a little too far into the far corner. Maryland retains possession, though. In the offensive zone, that pass is just going to be intercepted by Northeastern. And now they're taking it up the near side into the neutral zone. Out of bounds, Northeastern possession. Number 16 for the Huskies, Postler, with possession now. Says that one to midfield, a good stick by a Maryland Terrapin defender, but that's going to get through anyway. That pass a little bit too much on it. It's going to roll out of the back line, and possession to the Terrapins. So now Josie Holloman on her stick into the defensive neutral zone for the Terrapins, right at midfield. Swings that over. Maryland maintaining it in the defensive zone, trying to find a breakout pass. Northeastern keeping everything in front of them so far. Able to cross midfield is fair for the Terrapins. Finds Kleinhout on the far side. Up to Rogers towards the middle of the shooter circle. Going to get pickpocketed by some Husky defenders. And a whistle, and that's going to be a free hit for the Terrapins. Fair has it now. Passes it back to Holloman. Lofts that one in and past any Maryland Terrapin. That goes out of the back line. Possession, Northeastern.
Yeah, so far Maryland's really been trying to slow down the pace of play in the offensive zone. They're really going with a lot of passes right in front of Loveridge right there. And Northeastern the other way. Seems like all they're trying to do is just dump it in and maintain possession afterwards. Not a lot of crisp passing for the Huskies so far.
And there's another long stretch pass for Northeastern. Goes awry, and that's possession Terrapins as Knoppert maintains it in the defensive zone. Swings that out to Kleinhout. Kleinhout now looking for a pass. Knoppert has it on the near side, near the three-quarters line. Northeastern again doing a good job keeping Maryland in the defensive zone. That's a big interception for Northeastern now. Number 25, Laney Ambrose has it for the Huskies. Trying to get into the shooter circle. Tough defense by Maryland, keeping that out of harm's way. Now it's a battle for it in the far corner. Northeastern's going to come out with that. But Maryland intercepts it. Still fighting on that far corner. Just over 11 minutes left in this first quarter. Maryland possession here.
First of the day for Parr right there.
So now Maryland with possession. Deep in their defensive zone. Josie Holloman right in the shooter circle looking to find a breakout pass. Morris Adams swings that up to Kleinhout on the far side into the neutral zone. Pickpocketed by the Huskies. The Huskies now bringing into the offensive zone. Maryland rushing back, trying to prevent this. There's a whistle, and we could be looking at the first penalty corner here for the Huskies.
Yep, it appears we're headed that way. Northeastern setting up for one right here in front of Alyssa Blasco. Bringing on some new subs. Number 16, Tori Postler, checking back into the game for this big play.
So an early test for this Maryland Terrapins defense on this penalty corner. 10 minutes, 49 seconds remain in this first quarter. A big chance for the Northeastern Huskies to jump out to an early lead. Both teams getting ready. Number 12 for the Huskies, Ashley Pappas, will be taking the corner. Armaganian and Adragna in the shooting positions here for the Huskies. There's the whistle, and here we go. Launching it, and it's going to be Armaganian taking a shot, but that's going to be wide of the net. Maryland escapes here.
Good defensive positioning from the Terps. Really took away that lane. It looked like Armaganian wanted to go on that far corner and launched it just wide because of the Terrapin positioning.
So now Goldstein has it in the offensive zone after that big pass. We've got some open space. Goldstein now, that pass goes wide, but still a chance for Everett in the shooter's circle. That's going to go wide, and there's a quick goal. Number 22 for the Maryland Terrapins, Maddie Vasilios, finds it on the back door. Some miscommunication by the Huskies defense leads to a wide open net, and Maryland on the board with 10 minutes, 19 seconds in this first quarter.
Beautiful passing by the Terps right there. That was Brinkley Air working with Vasilios. Vasilios had just checked in off the bench coming in for that penalty corner. Terps immediately taking it back up the other way. Air had it on the far side, centered it in front. and that was Vasilios, who just got lost in the middle of the Huskies' defense. Big defensive breakdown for Northeastern, and an early 1-0 lead for the Terps. A big-time goal for a team that's had some offensive struggles this season.
So now Northeastern trying to get it started quickly, but immediately a turnover as Maryland Terrapins now have possession in their defensive neutral zone. Fair swings that out to the far side, controlled by number 7, Ava Trexler, the senior, on the field. Back to Fair in the defensive neutral zone, looking to find a breakout pass. Signaling to her fellow players, finds Trexler on that far side again, just bouncing it back and forth, trying to find a lane here. Looking up to Knoppert on the near side. Knoppert now taking it into the offensive zone, past the three-quarter line. Finds Air again, looking to advance into the shooter circle. Strong defense by the Huskies prevents that from going any farther. A whistle is going to give that to Northeastern. So the Huskies now launching that one in. Knoppert trying to play that. And it'll be number 28, Ella Fair, winning that possession for the Terrapins. Right at the midfield line. Now the Terrapins advancing it. Knoppert on the near side, trying to take it past that three-quarter line. That pass finds A.J. Air, who has to retreat back. Finds Trexler in the defensive zone. Out to Fair, a little slippage, but the pass still finds Holloman. Now advancing it into the shooter circle is the Terrapins. Air again looking for something that is going to go wide off the stick of number 18, Leah Horowitz.
Yeah, very reminiscent of the goal that Vasilios just scored. Air with another great pass in front. That time it was Horowitz who shot it just wide, but the Terps getting a lot of good offensive zone possession. They're finding these gaps in the Husky coverage.
So now Northeastern trying to find any offensive possession. Not going to happen. A.J. Air taking it into the shooter circle. A whistle is going to give that to Northeastern, however. So now the Huskies have possession right at the edge of their defensive shooting circle. Armaganian launches that to the far side. Now past midfield, finds the stick of number 11, Jessica Garden, who's advancing it for the Huskies. That goes out of bounds. Northeastern maintains possession. Back to the midfield line. Huskies maintain control. They're retreating, trying to find a breakout pass here. Launching that one up. A strong interception there by Horowitz, but that's going to go bounce back to the stick of a Husky. Armaganian retreating into the defensive zone. Now the Huskies looking to launch that one up, but Brinkley Air gets possession there and past the midfield line for the Terrapins. Whistle is going to maintain with Maryland.
Again, that was more good defensive zone play from the Terps right there. Brinkley Air getting in all those passing lanes. Northeastern just unable to get past that three-quarters line. Terps doing a good job of shutting down those zone entries.
So Armaganian lofting that one in, trying that dump and chase method again. This time the Huskies have possession in the near corner. Whistle is going to give that back to Maryland, however. So now Maryland deep in their defensive zone, getting ready, try to break out. Just under 7 minutes left in this first quarter. Maryland Terrapins lead 1-0. Northeastern takes possession back deep in their offensive zone, looking to find something in the shooter circle. This is a one-on-one opportunity. Alyssa Klobasco comes up with a big save, and the Maryland Terrapins collect the ball. No chance for a rebound there. A bit of a defensive breakdown on the Terrapins' part, but does not lead to a goal for the Huskies. Now, number 5, Gayton taking it up near the defensive neutral zone. And that pass goes awry for the Terrapins. Northeastern has it in the defensive zone. A whistle is going to keep it with the Huskies. A quick start, and that pass just goes straight out of bounds. A bit of miscommunication there by the Huskies. Maryland now with possession in their offensive zone on the far side. Taken up by Maya Everett. Maya Everett into the shooter circle, trying to find something. Contested by 2 Northeastern defenders, and the Huskies will win possession there.
Yeah, at the other end, just moments ago, Alyssa Klobasco coming up with her first save of the day. That was a pass in front to Yana Gonzalez-Peru for the Huskies, and Klobasco dove out to her right, getting it with that blocker side. Big save from the Terps netminder early.
Now Northeastern with possession in their defensive zone. On this near side, looking to find a breakout pass. Strong defense by the Terrapins, keeping that corralled. Air again wins possession for the Terrapins, has been all over the field for Maryland to start this first quarter. And it's now number 12. Holloman looking to find something, but that pass is intercepted by the Huskies. Whistle keeps possession with Northeastern. And now they're looking to break out. Strong defense there by A.J. Ayer, perhaps too strong. But Maryland wins possession. Josie Holloman now has it in the offensive neutral zone for the Terrapins. Lofts that one in towards the circle to her sister Jordan Holloman. Holloman now trying to advance it into the shooter circle. Strong defense by the Huskies, and they're just going to clear that one deep. It seemed to have been the strategy for the Huskies so far. Klabasco coming out of the net to field that one. Gets it out to the Maryland Terrapins. In their defensive zone, that pass goes too far and intercepted by the Huskies as they take it past midfield. Looking for 15, Adragna, but that pass goes wide of her stick, out of bounds, possession Maryland.
They were trying to catch the Terps in a change right there. Maryland was in the middle of the substitution. Northeastern, again, just offline with those passes, lost another rush opportunity.
So just about 4 minutes here in this first quarter. Maryland maintaining a 1-0 lead. That pass deflecting off of a Terrapin. Free hit for Northeastern here, right at the three-quarter line, but that's intercepted by Adamson. Adamson now. Maryland trying to find a breakout. That pass does not find Rogers correctly, but that whistle keeps it with Maryland. Rogers now taking it past the midfield line, finds Adamson towards the middle. Looking to take it up to the three-quarter line is Kleinhout. Back to Vasilios, but that's intercepted by the Huskies. And right back to Maryland. Josie Holloman has it in the offensive midfield. Now Morris Adams right at the midfield line, launching that up to Callahan on this near side. Callahan looking for a pass, retreats back to Morris Adams. Morris Adams swings that out to the far side to number 23, Floor Knoppert. Knoppert to Kleinhout at the three-quarter line, advancing that into Josie Holloman. Holloman looking for a streaking Ellie Goldstein, but not able to find the stick of the Maryland attacker. Possession is going to maintain with Maryland, however.
Yeah, Goldstein was trying to go for a late tip there to get it past Loveridge. Good positioning there from the Terps, just could not quite connect on that pass in the shooting circle.
So now Northeastern able to deter that offensive attack by the Terrapins. But Maryland maintains possession here as Josie Holloman corrals the ball in the offensive neutral zone. Now swinging it out to Aaron Callahan on this near side. Callahan trying to find something, intercepted by number 25, Ambrose for Northeastern. That ball is going to go out of bounds, and Northeastern maintains possession. It's number 8, Ava Sanchez, will take it for the Huskies. Launching that one in and out of bounds. So now Maryland has possession in their defensive neutral zone on this near side. Callahan fires that over to Holloman. Great stick by number 23, Julia Puccio. But that goes out of bounds. Maryland maintains possession. And now Holloman right at the midfield line. Swings that to Fair on this near side. Launching it up to Callahan towards the three-quarter line on the near side. Now into the corner as Callie Rogers looking to launch that in. And that's kicked out of play by Loveridge. So just under 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Maryland possession in the offensive zone.
Yeah, that was Rogers trying to connect with Gayton right there, very similar to that play that we had with Brinkley Ayer and Maddie Vasilios earlier in this first quarter.
So Holloman swings that to the far side. Now controlled by Maryland into the shooter circle, looking to find a tough shot that swings wide right of the goal. And Northeastern gets possession back. Maryland, however, has had a lot of chances early in this one. That one not able to find the deflection. A Maryland Terrapin attacker was waiting in the circle. Just goes wide of the stick. That ball goes out of bounds. And it's Maryland possession at the three-quarter line. Callie Rogers now tossing that back to Aaron Callahan. We are under a minute left in this first quarter as the Maryland Terrapins lead 1-0. Knocking on the door, but that's intercepted by the Huskies as they take it past the three-quarter line. Looking to break out. Callahan is there to slow the rush, win the possession for Maryland. Just around 30 seconds here as Josie Holloman has it in the offensive zone for the Terrapins. Swings that to Callahan on the near side. Callahan back to Holloman. Trying to find something quick here as we have 20 seconds left in this first quarter. Callahan on the near side taking it towards the corner. That pass is going to be contested by a Husky. We are at 10 seconds here as Callahan has it in the near corner. Looking to find something. Gayton defended tough, and there's a whistle. We're going to be looking at a late penalty corner here with just 3 seconds left in the first period. Maryland has a chance to take a 2-0 lead. This would be an absolute backbreaker for the Huskies, giving up a penalty corner so late.
Absolutely. Terps with 3 seconds on the clock. Crucial mistake from Northeastern. Maryland really has to get this one moving quick, though, with the time constraints. Obviously, they get the brief stoppage while they set up for the penalty corner. But big opportunity here for the Terps to try and carry a 2-0 lead heading into the second quarter.
Yeah, so we're most likely looking at a quick deflection and a shot. Trying to get something on net quick. Just 3 seconds here in the first period. Number 6, Maya Adamson, will be taking the corner for the Terrapins. Both teams getting ready here. Anticipation building. Adamson is going to launch that one in. Kleinhout with a shot, and the whistle sounds. That goes wide. And we are done with the first quarter. Maryland leads 1-0 here at the Plex. We'll be right back with second quarter action. Andy Parr will take over play-by-play duties. You're listening to WMUC Sports. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to WMUC Sports Radio. My name is Andy Parr, joined by Zachary Koehler, and we are getting ready for this second quarter of play here between the Terps and the visiting Northeastern Huskies here at the Plex. Maryland leading 1-0 after a very strong first quarter. Did not let Northeastern get pretty much anything going the other way.
Yeah, and a lot of action in that offensive zone for the Maryland Terrapins. Only one shot on goal. Of course, it was the successful one, but they had a lot of chances just go wide. They're doing a good job of getting attackers into the box, looking for deflections. Unfortunately, not able to find the stick on a couple of those, or else this game could be busted wide open.
Yeah, a name that we were calling a lot in that first quarter was number 3, Brinkley Ayer. She was doing a great job in the defensive zone, stalling up all of Northeastern's passes, and then the other way. She was doing a great job feeding all of the Maryland opportunities. She was the one who ultimately connected with Maddie Vasilios to give the Terps a 1-0 lead very early in this one. And just before we took our break, Maryland inches away from converting on a penalty corner. But we are underway here in the second quarter as Northeastern immediately just chips it all the way down the length of the field, and Maryland will gain possession here.
That's how they open the game, too. An interesting strategy for the Huskies.
We got Josie Holloman starting things off for the Terps. Maryland in their own defensive end. Hallman back with the ball. Hallman carries it through neutral. Up ahead to number 20, this is Kuna. Kuna trying to get it through a couple of Huskies, no dice there. Northeastern going the other way. This is number 10, Alex Mega, their team leader in assists this season. Terps applying some pressure. This is the other Hallman sister, Jordan, working one-on-one. Ball bounces out of bounds right there, and this will be possession for the Huskies. Northeastern in neutral. This is number 12, Ashley Pappas. Pappas carries it back behind the line, retreating into the defensive end. Number 16, Tori Postler with it for the Huskies. Postler trying to get it, and it's intercepted by the opposite 16, Callie Rogers. Rogers, the other way for Maryland, passes it ahead for Maya Adamson. Taken away there by the Huskies, but a whistle will give possession back to the Terps. Adamson for Holloman. Holloman down low. This is Kleinhout. Kleinhout down inside trying to get into the shooting circle. Only one there is number 12 for the Huskies, Pappas. Pappas now working one-on-one against Adamson. Adamson taking her into the far corner. Adamson strips her of the ball for a moment, but it bounces out of bounds, and Northeastern will go the other way. Pappas with it for the Huskies. She's waiting, getting some instructions from the coaching staff. Goes with a long pass attempt, intercepted immediately by the Terps. Now this is Callie Rogers. Rogers into the offensive zone. Rogers maintains possession. Rogers feeding it down low for Knoppert. Knoppert, she's got some passing lanes in front, and nobody was home. Looked like she was trying to connect with Kuna right there. The two of them just off on the mark on that pass.
And that's another chance where they're taking it low into the shooting circle, tossing it into the middle, trying to find attackers to punch that one in. Not able to do so on that attempt.
Maryland hits that one with a high stick right there, so possession to Northeastern. For the Huskies down low, this is Pappas again. Pappas waiting for a long pass. She's going to try one, and it goes immediately out of play again. Northeastern still trying this dump and chase strategy, and not a lot of success so far for the Huskies. Now with it for Northeastern. Pappas has it in the center line. Pappas really slowing things down. 12:20 to play here in the second quarter. Pappas will play it all the way back down low. This is number 16, Postler with it for the Huskies. Plays it with her defensive partner, Armaganian. Terps trying to steal it right there. That was number 20, Kuna. Just a little bit ahead of that play, and Northeastern gets possession. Northeastern looking for another stretch pass, it appears. This is Pappas. Pappas on the far side tries to play it up. That one scraping the sideline, and Maryland gets possession. This is Morris Adams with it for the Terps. Erica Morris Adams, one of the 4 seniors that we honored before this game today. Plays it down low. Now in the defensive end, this is Knoppert. Fleur Knoppert working one-on-one there against Adragna, sorry. Knoppert now with it for the Terps. Carries it into the offensive side of neutral. Knoppert plays it down low. That was Callie Rogers who had it for a moment, and then she immediately sent it back to as Ella Fair in the defensive end. Now Terps going into the offensive side of neutral. Hallman with it on the far side. Hallman touches it with the wrong side of the stick there. Free hit for Northeastern. Huskies going with the stretch pass method again, and it immediately bounces out of bounds. Taking this free hit for the Terps, it's going to be Kleinhout. Kleinhout waiting on the far side. Terps in the middle of a substitution. Now with it in neutral. Maryland's got it. This is Knoppert on the near side. Knoppert straddling that center line. Plays it back again to Fair. Fair trying to feed it through the middle. She's able to find Holloman for a moment. Now Holloman ahead for Adamson. Adamson down low. This is number 7, Trexler. Trexler back to the point for Knoppert. Knoppert down low to Trexler again. Trexler has it in the near corner. Trexler trying to find some ground. Gets stripped of the ball there by Anna Kate Deming of Northeastern. But it looks like we have a penalty corner coming up for the Terps.
Yeah, this second quarter has been more of the same. Northeastern not able to maintain offensive possession, really. They've been trying those stretch passes. It's been bouncing out of bounds a lot, not finding the target. You think they might want to change up the offensive game plan at some point here?
Yeah, it looks like Northeastern really didn't make many adjustments between that first and second quarter, still going with those long stretch passes on those dump and chase style plays, and just none of it's connecting. And now the Terps have a penalty corner. Maya Adamson will play it out for Maryland behind the Northeastern net. Got Callie Rogers and Kleinhout in the shooting positions for Maryland. Adamson with it. Here's the whistle. Plays it out. It's Kleinhout. Kleinhout for Holloman. Holloman with a shot. Score! Do they wave it off? Nope, we have a good goal. That is Josie Holloman with it for the Terps right there. Northeastern wanting an explanation. They call a timeout. Might want to see a review here. I think that they're arguing that Holloman may have touched it with a high play. Oh. Review coming in from the officials. Initiated.
If that stands, it was a great play by Josie Holloman, able to track that one in the air and fire a tough shot at Loveridge that was able to make its way past. But close to a high stick there. We'll see what they call.
Yeah, it wouldn't be on the shot that Holloman took. It would be on the play where she was trying to settle down that ball that bounced off of Kleinhout's stick. Northeastern immediately saying that it should not be a good goal. They call it a goal for Josie Holloman on the field. We're now under review. Officials right in front of us looking at the replay booth. But like you said, Zach, either way, it was a great penalty corner execution from the Terps right there.
And this would be a big momentum shifter whichever way this goes. If the goal is waved off, it remains a 1-0 game. But if not, it's 2-0 for a Northeastern team that has struggled offensively.
And we have a good goal on the field. It's been confirmed. So Josie Holloman getting the Terps on the board here in the second quarter with just over 10 minutes to play, making it a 2-0 lead off the penalty corner. Great setup there on the pass in from Maya Adamson, and a good job by Kleinhout to settle down that ball and set up Josie Holloman.
And for Josie Holloman, that's her 5th goal of the season. Maryland takes a 2-0 lead. Northeastern now with a big mountain to climb.
Yep, that was Arabella Loveridge, Northeastern's netminder, getting a final explanation from the officials. She did not seem pleased with the good goal call.
And it's been a tough start for number 0 in this one. 0 for 2 on shots on goal.
Yep, Maryland's had a lot of chances the other way, and unfortunately for Loveridge, the two that have actually been on target both got past her. But the Huskies now trying to get some momentum back the other way. They did not do the dump and chase that time, but Maryland gets possession here. In her own end, this is Trexler. Trexler settling things down at the 3-quarter mark. Back for Holloman. Holloman, who just scored for the Terps. Holloman with a big scoop, trying to get it onto the other side. She was looking for Brinkley air right there. Northeastern deflects it out of play. Possession for the Terps. Knoppert plays it in off the side. Knoppert trying to pass it there with Adamson, and it ends up out of bounds. Northeastern with possession on the near side. This is Postler for the Huskies. Postler plays it down low, nobody home, goes out of bounds again. Terps with possession in their defensive end. This is Holloman, Josie. Josie Holloman slowing down the pace of play here as we drift below 9 minutes in the second quarter. Holloman waits, feeds it up the side. This is Knoppert. Knoppert trying to get around. That was number 4, Olivia Yellen right there. This is Postler again for the Huskies. Postler out through neutral. That was number 20, Anna Kate Deming. Her pass goes out of bounds again. Free hit for the Terps. Trexler to take this one for the Terps. Trexler with a slow pass there that finds its way to A.J. Ayer. Terps playing it all the way back near Alyssa Kubasco. Now Maryland trying to get it through neutral. This is Ayer playing it back again for Holloman. Holloman waits. Feeds it up the middle. This is Everett. Maya Everett gets it over the center line. Now Maryland with speed. way. This is Callie Rogers on the far side. Rogers' pass is deflected by a couple of Huskies, and Northeastern has possession now in the shooting circle. Northeastern trying to feed it back the other way. Up the near side, this is number 17, Lily Smith. Smith with a long pass there. It's able to find its way to Yana Gonzalez-Peru. Northeastern now feeding it down low. That one, another offline pass, though, goes out of bounds. Free hit for the Terps. 7:43 to play here in the second quarter. Josie Holloman with it for Maryland. Holloman plays it up for Trexler. Trexler slowing things down in her defensive end. Back for Holloman. Holloman looking for a long pass there. She finds Air. A.J. Air to the near side. Now with it for the Terps, that's Callahan. Callahan, long stretch pass here. Finds its way for the moment to Brinkley Air. Maryland loses possession for a second, but off the free hit. This is Callahan. Back for Holloman. Holloman up ahead for Trexler. Trexler waits. She's pressured one-on-one there by Mega. And Trexler wins the battle. Playing it back out. This is Holloman in neutral. Holloman with a long pass there, trying to go down low for Brinkley Air. She finds her. Air getting into the shooting circle, looking for a pass. She's getting to the center. Shot there, going just wide. Good block there. That was a big shot from Kleinhout that got deflected by a couple of Huskies.
And another good look there, started by number 3, Brinkley Air, looking for her second assist of the game, has been all over the offensive side of things.
Northeastern now taking it out of their defensive zone through neutral. This one, a free hit for the Huskies. Another whistle here. Possession maintained by Northeastern. Northeastern now looking for a stretch pass taken away for the moment by Callahan. Now Klobasco coming out of her net to play that one. A little bit of a scary situation there for the Terps coming in with speed. That was Dragna. Now Maryland with it on the near side. Terps really slowing down the pace of play here with the 2-0 lead. Still with it in their own defensive end on the near side. As is Knoppert. Whistle here will give possession to Maryland. Fair plays it out for Holloman. Up onto the far side. Maryland going through neutral now. Whistle here. That was off the stick of Maya Everett. Really blowing it dead now as it's going back to Maya Everett in neutral on the offensive side. Everett playing it back out to the center line for Trexler. Trexler across. This is Ella Fair, still working with Trexler. Trexler trying to carry it in a little bit deeper. Trexler sending it in down low. Maryland looking for another offensive zone chance right there. That was number 18, Leah Horwitz, who had it in the shooting circle. Couldn't take the shot, though.
And that was deflected by number 16, Tori Postler. She's been a bit of a highlight for the Huskies here. I know they're down 2-0, but she has been strong on the defensive side of things for Northeastern.
Yep, Northeastern, it looks like after that second goal, seems to have finally changed up their offensive strategy a little bit. They're trying to really slow things down and do a lot of short passes to carry it through neutral instead of trying to hit on those long dump and chase methods. Maryland making the adjustments as needed. Now with it, it's Callahan. Callahan carries it over the three-quarter line. Callahan with it on the near side. Callahan waiting for a passing lane to open up. She's stripped of the ball there by Dragna. With it on the near side. This is Fair. Fair with it for the Terps, trying to find the shooting circle. Fair, good defensive stick there from Alex Mega, stalling up Maryland's opportunity. 4:10 to play here in the second quarter. Blown dead now. With it for the Terps, this is Ella Fair. Fair drops it down for Kuna. Kuna near the shooting circle line, trying to feed something in front, stalled up by a couple of Huskies. Now with it for Northeastern. That was number 20, Anna Kate Deming. Deming with it again, trying to chip it up ahead. This is a Dragna right in front of us now. Northeastern gets stalled up there again. That was Adamson with it for the Terps. Northeastern with possession now. Mega on the near side. Another whistle comes in. Still blowing it dead. Three and a half to play here in the second quarter. Possession to Northeastern. This is number 25, Ambrose. Ambrose back to the center line for Tello. Northeastern setting things up in their defensive end of neutral. Huskies now trying to get it through. Maryland with good defensive positioning so far. They can't get anything past the center line. Big defensive stick there taken away by Koehler. Koehler down low. This is Adamson. Adamson feeding it across. That's number 10, Kleinhout. Kleinhout down low. Big save there from Ludridge, her first of the game. That was a good pass from Kleinhout out to Ellie Goldstein. And a big save from Ludridge, her first one that she finally gets.
And there was a whistle. We may be looking at a penalty corner here for the Terrapins.
Yep, it looks like Northeastern's gearing up for one defensively. Might be in for another review as well. Officials will review this one to see if penalty corner is the correct call. We'll wait for a in-house replay to show up on the Jumbotron, see if we can get a look at what the officials are seeing on their replay booth.
And that was another good offensive chance for number 24, Ellie Goldstein, for the Terrapins. Has only seen action in 8 games this season, but has made her minutes count today. Had the shot, big save by Loveridge, and then the rebound. Of course, that's when the whistle came in. There looked like there was an opening for the Maryland Terrapins, but play was stopped for this review.
Yep. Terps still preparing as if it will be a penalty corner. Officials right in front of us blowing things up on their tablet. We still haven't been able to see a replay in-house here. Seems like Northeastern's ready for a penalty corner as well. Still no official call yet. 2:43 to play here in the second quarter. Maryland still protecting its 2-0 lead, and just really nothing going the right way for Northeastern the other direction. Even after they changed from the dump and chase strategy, it seems like they're still struggling to get the offensive momentum going, Zach.
And Maryland's defense has been so good this year. They are allowing just over 1 goal per game, 1.03, second best in their conference. It's really been the offensive side of things where Maryland has struggled. They've only had 25 goals going into this game, but 2 early ones here, and now they get to play with the lead, a spot where they want to be in, with such a strong netminder like Alyssa Klabasco and such a strong defense as we have seen throughout the year.
Absolutely. Terps still waiting for an official call from our referees here. Wonder if they could also be reviewing for a potential penalty shot instead. And they ruled no foul. So Northeastern will get possession here, no penalty corner coming up. Very lengthy review there, and ultimately it goes the Huskies' way.
Big break for Northeastern. Let's see if they can get something going on the offensive side of things as we edge closer towards halftime.
This is Pappas with it in her defensive end. Pappas playing it up the near side. Again, Northeastern looks like they're switching to a lot of short passes to try and get it through neutral now. That one, though, is intercepted by the Terps. That was Fair. Fair playing it ahead. Now Adamson's got it for Maryland. Adamson back out. That pass just a little bit too long. She was looking for Erica Morris-Adams. Northeastern now with it. This is Ambrose playing it in on the free hit. Ambrose will play it down deep defensively. That's Ava Tello with it for Northeastern. Now Northeastern's got it on the far side in their defensive end. Northeastern playing catch. This is Pappas. Pappas trying to play it ahead. That one tipped for the moment by Kleinhout. Maryland will not get possession here. Free hit coming up for Northeastern. Pappas playing it in deep. Now down on the far side, Maryland. Good defensive play there from Holloman. Stalls up the first opportunity. Northeastern now with it. This is number 4, Yellen. Yellen trying to play it inside. Good takeaway there from Adamson. Adamson out for Kuna. Kuna, good move there. Good stick handling to get around Anna Kate Deming on that play. Maryland now. It's Holloman at her own defensive line. Through neutral. Maryland now trying to enter the offensive zone. This is number 10, Kleinhout. Kleinhout ends up back on her stick after a funky bounce. This is Knoepert with a long-range shot. That one goes wide as we hit 1 minute to play here in the second quarter. Free hit coming up for Northeastern. Huskies trying to get one more opportunity with 45 seconds left. Bad pass there, though. Here comes Callie Rogers. Rogers into the shooting zone. Rogers with a shot. That one goes just wide. Looking for a late tip there from Koehler.
And that was a big opportunity, a 2-on-1 for this Maryland Terrapins offense, not able to find the back of the net.
Yep, good takeaway there from Callie Rogers trying to set up Koehler, and a penalty corner coming up for the Terps again. 37 seconds left. And no review on this one, Zach.
And this is the second time we've seen a late penalty corner given up for Northeastern. 3 seconds left in the first quarter for the first one. 37 seconds left in the half here.
It'll be Adamson to play it again for the Terps. You got Rogers and Koehler in the shooting positions. Kleinhout also looks to be ready. Maryland converted on their last penalty corner opportunity. Adamson waits, gets the whistle. Adamson plays it out. With it. Maryland shot there from Koehler. That was a big save for Loveridge. Good setup there from the Terps. And looks like we're going to get another penalty corner right after it. Northeastern, not great discipline here in this final minute of play in the second.
And you cannot be giving the Terrapins offensive chances like this. You're down 2-0. They need to find a big stop here.
Adamson trying to do the exact same thing here. Plays it out. Shot there coming in. Another save for Loveridge. That one came off the stick of Jordan Holloman. 16 seconds left to play. Maryland trying to get one more opportunity. Down low. Terps. Nobody home on that passing lane. Callie Rogers in the shooting circle. Gets stripped of the ball there. Now at the point, this is Knoepert. Knoepert trying to feed into the shooting circle. Down low, it's Vasilios. Vasilios inside, and the Terps run out of time. Knoepert looked like she may have had one more chance to put another one on Loveridge. Clock runs out, but story remains the same. Terps lead 2-0 at halftime. We'll be back in 10 minutes for the second half of play here between the Maryland Terrapins and Northeastern Huskies. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to WMUC Sports. I'm Zachary Koehler alongside my broadcast partner Andy Parr. It was a strong first half for the Maryland Terrapins here at the Plex.
Absolutely. Terps doing a great job defensively. Really didn't let Northeastern get anything going the other way. Maryland really locking down their positioning. Northeastern started the game trying to do a lot of dump and chase method and long stretch passes. Then they pivoted to doing a lot of short passes and quick breakouts. Nothing was working to get it past the Terps. And really, Brinkley Air, I thought, was a really big standout player in that first half for Maryland. Great job getting into the offensive zone and setting up a lot of passes to create scoring opportunities, including one assist on Maryland's first goal.
And that first goal scored by Maddie Vasilios, just her second goal this season. Maryland holds a 2-0 lead here as we get ready to start third quarter action. The Terrapins will have possession. Yet again, we seem to have a similar hold up to last time as we get ready to start this second half.
Another delay here. Much quicker, though.
There's the thumbs up, and here we go. Kuna launches that one back for the Terrapins. Holloman skying that one into the offensive zone, but that's controlled by the Huskies. Number 4, Olivia Yellen, passes it back. Yellen has it on the far side in the neutral zone. Now Adragna trying to advance it. Big stretch pass does not find its mark. Morris Adams intercepts it for the Terrapins. On the near side, it's Kleinhout taking it past midfield into the offensive zone now. Strong defense by a trailing Husky, but that whistle keeps it with Maryland. Lobs that one into the shooter circle. We have a chance here, a whistle, and we could be looking at an early penalty corner here for the Maryland Terrapins just 30 seconds into this first half.
Yep, Northeastern gave up, I believe it was 3 total penalty corners to Maryland in the first, or sorry, 4, because they had those 2 that were right back to back, almost a 5th after replay review wiped one off for the Terps. But Northeastern getting caught in their defensive zone a lot, and it's leading to all these scoring chances for Maryland.
So Maryland, of course, successful on one of those penalty corners today. Team that has been good at generating penalty corners all season. Adamson will take this one for the Terrapins, looking to extend this lead here early into the third quarter. Defense getting set. Here's the whistle. Adamson slow approach, launches that one out. That's one shot by Kuna, deflected by a Husky. Whistle. And a brief stoppage in play, as we could be looking at another penalty corner here.
Yep, that was a big block there from the Huskies, but hit a body part in the shooting circle, so another penalty corner coming up for the Terps. Maryland will reset it again.
Second time we've seen 2 stacked like this. Adamson, again taking it for the Terrapins, launches that one into the zone, handled. And a little bit of misdirection there as Jordan Holloman skies that one over the net. A nifty play, not able to hit pay dirt for the Terrapins as the Huskies have possession now in their defensive zone.
It was a really well-placed shot there from Jordan Holloman, trying to do what her sister did in the second quarter. Went just high, trying to pick that top corner.
So now Pappas for the Huskies launches it to the near side into the neutral zone. That's deflected off a Maryland stick out of play, and the Huskies have possession now. Pappas looking for Mega. That's intercepted by the Terrapins, controlled by Kleinhout on the near side right in front of us, passing that one back to Josie Holloman. Back in their defensive zone is the Terrapins now, looking to regroup and launch an offensive attack. That one skied past the midfield line. Not able to find a Terrapin stick as the Huskies have possession in their defensive zone. A battle on this near side. And the Huskies come away with possession. Launching that one back into the defensive zone. Trying to find a breakout pass. That one goes out of play. Kleinhout for the Terrapins will take the inbound. Kleinhout now back to Morris Adams past the midfield line. And Adams swings that out to the far side now. Controlled by the Terrapins past the three-quarter line. Goldstein has it, advancing towards the shooting circle. Strong defense by the Huskies, preventing that one from getting into a prime offensive spot, and a whistle is going to give it to the Huskies. In their defensive zone now, regrouping. Armaganian has it for Northeastern. Slides that one out to the far side, into the neutral zone. That pass goes awry and out of bounds. Knoppert now for the Terrapins on the far side past the midfield line. Looking to find a pass. Northeastern doing a good job here. of staying in those lanes, forcing the Terrapins to retreat into their defensive zone. Morris Adams now looking for the stretch pass, finds Kleinhout on the near side, launching that one in, and a whistle is going to give that possession to Northeastern. The defense doing a good job of preventing any big opportunities here. That pass skied out of play. Maryland with possession now. Kleinhout at the three-quarter line on this near side, launching it into the near corner, controlled by Ellie Goldstein, hounded by a couple Husky defenders. Maintains possession, however. Now Kleinhout launching that one in. Fair bounces it back out to Adams. Adams slides it over to Josie Holloman. Holloman looking for a pass, aggressive defense, but not able to get the ball are the Huskies. And now Maryland advancing it down the far side towards the shooting circle, pickpocketed by a Husky. That whistle gives possession to Northeastern, and they escape an offensive chance there.
Yep, another time where the Terps were trying to clear it into the shooting circle. That was Erica Morris Adams trying to set things up for the offense. Northeastern catching a break with that whistle right there.
So now Postler has control of the ball in the defensive zone. A bit of a dangerous pass there, but Maryland not able to get in the lane. The Huskies have it now on this near side, trying to find a pass. Being corralled in the corner by the Maryland Terrapin defense. Morris Adams now passing it to Adamson. And there's a whistle giving the free hit to the Terrapins. It'll be fair, number 28 for Maryland. Sliding that one over to the far side in the neutral zone. Josie Holloman looking to advance that up the far side. Finding Callie Rogers towards the shooting circle. Another whistle. And that's going to be a free hit right outside the shooting circle for Callie Rogers. Rogers now advancing it in. Bobbing and weaving past some Husky defenders. Looking to find a pass. Another whistle. This time in the shooting circle. And we may be looking at yet another penalty corner for the Maryland Terrapins with 10 minutes to play in this third quarter.
Yep, that penalty corner created by the play of Callie Rogers right there. She was deking around a bunch of Huskies. Ultimately drew a foul. 10:18 to play here in this third quarter, and already the third penalty corner attempt for the Terps.
And for the Terrapins, they have 5 shots on goal in this game. Of course, the 2 goals, but they have been active in the offensive zone. Adamson will be taking this penalty corner again for the Terrapins. The Husky defense preparing to face their third of the quarter. Adamson launching it in. Handled. Now a shot goes wide for the Terrapins. That was number 20, Feliz Cunha, for Maryland, sending that one wide, but that's going to remain at this end for another penalty corner.
Good opportunity there for Cunha. Just like they drew it up right off the penalty corner, and Adamson's going to get things ready again.
So there's the whistle. Here we go. Adamson passing it. Finds the stick of Gayton. Back to Adamson on the back door. That one's bouncing right in front of the net. Big saves by Loveridge, and that somehow does not find its way into the goal. A dangerous situation for the Huskies. Loveridge keeping her wits about her, protecting her net, and the Huskies now have possession.
That was Josie Holloman looking for her second of the day right there. It squirted out in front. She had a couple of pokes at it, and Loveridge came up with at least one save. We'll see if they call it 2.
So now the Huskies with possession. A free hit here in the neutral zone. Number 11 with possession for the Huskies, Jessica Garden. Garden now on the near side, advancing it past the midfield line, looking for a stretch pass off the stick of number 23, Julia Puccio, and a turnover for the Huskies. Now Goldstein has it for the Terrapins in the offensive zone, wins that possession. Taking it up the side. Bit of confusion on this whistle here. As Ava Trexler now sliding it to the near side. Knopert advances it into the near corner. But that's going to go out of play. And it's Husky possession in their defensive zone. Just under 9 minutes left in this third quarter. Maryland still leads 2-0 against Northeastern on this, their last home game of the season. So Northeastern with possession again in neutral. Pappas taking the inbounds. Finds it past midfield for the Huskies. That goes out of play. Bit of an unforced error there for Northeastern as Knoppert now has it at midfield on this near side right in front of us. Skies that one into the offensive zone. And that's going to find the stick of Maddie Vasilios. A whistle gives that to Maryland. Past the three-quarter line now, A.J. Ayer being hounded by a Northeastern defender, but still able to find Fair, who's bobbing and weaving into the shooter circle, looking to find something, and a big save by Loveridge, but that's bouncing around right in front. That finds its way out. Another risky situation for Northeastern, but a big turnover for Trexler right at the three-quarter line, and Maryland looking to gear up for another attack. Holloman into the shooter circle, a whistle, stoppage in play, and another penalty corner.
Yep. That was Jordan Holloman on that time. Josie with the opportunity on the last net front scramble. Jordan Holloman found that one on her stick while Loveridge was sitting on her back in the crease. 7:57 to play here in the third quarter, and already 5 penalty corners for the Terps in this quarter.
The shots are really starting to mount up for Maryland. Northeastern's defense is being tested in this third quarter, trying to keep the floodgates from officially breaking as they're only down 2. But a goal here would feel like you put this one out of reach.
Slight delay here as Northeastern's preparing for the penalty corner. Got to get all the protective gear in place.
And it looks like Brinkley Ayer will be taking this penalty corner for the Terrapins. Launching that one in, finds the stick of Jordan Holloman. A tough shot, and that's going to find the back of the net, but that's waved off for the Terrapins.
It's because of the shot type. On a penalty corner, you can't do that standard hit shot. If you do, it's got to hit that padded area in the bottom area of the net. So good opportunity there for Jordan Holloman, but the shot came in just a little bit too high.
So a bit of a break for the Huskies as they now have possession, but that's taken away by A.J. Ayer. That whistle is going to slow things down, but Maryland has possession. Callahan now in neutral on the near side. Slides that one back to Morris Adams. Morris Adams swings it out to Ava Trexler on the far side, looking to take it up past the three-quarter line. Finding her way past a Northeastern defender. That's going to go out of bounds. Maintaining possession is Maryland. Trexler fires that back to Fair, who fires it back to Morris Adams. And now on the near side, it's Aaron Callahan near the three-quarter line. A good stick by number 15, Adragna for Northeastern. But that's going to go out of play, maintained with Maryland. Now A.J. Ayer on this near side. Retreating again back to Morris Adams right at the midfield line. Morris Adams sending that over to Fair. Fair taking it past the three-quarter line, and a big steal for Northeastern as they have possession. Looked like it could have been a potential breakout, but they weren't able to corral the ball. Now Postler has it for Northeastern in their defensive zone. Swinging it back out to a defender, and now on this near side, it's Pappas. Pappas sending it up, looking to find it past the midfield line. That's deflected out of play by Maryland. Now Mega has it right at the midfield line on this near side. Looking to find any offensive possession, and that's not going to be the answer as that goes immediately to a Terrapin. And a bit of a trip up there as Horowitz has possession for the Terrapins now, trying to take it in, but is pickpocketed by number 11 for the Huskies, Jessica Garden. But a whistle keeps that with the Terrapins as Morris Adams comes up to play this one. Excuse me, it'll be Fair playing this one to Morris Adams. Morris Adams in midfield. Now Fair has it, swinging it to the near side. Out to Josie Holloman. Josie Holloman taking it past the three-quarter line. Looking to find a deflection in the shooter circle. Not able to get it. Ava Trexler has it on that far side of the shooting circle now. Looking to find anything. Loveridge on her back. That one was an open net. Not able to find the back of the net is Maryland, and another wasted opportunity.
It looked like that one may have hit off the post right there. That was Vasilios coming in with the shot. Loveridge again, very far out of position. Terps could not convert there with 5 minutes left here in the third.
So Pappas with the breakout pass for the Huskies, but that's going to bounce back to Gayton. A whistle gives that to Northeastern, however, as that deflected off of a body part of a Maryland Terrapin. Pappas looking to find a breakout pass. Strong defense there by Ellie Goldstein. That one goes out of play. Now at the midfield line on this near side. Slowing it down is Northeastern. Pappas firing. Finds Mega. But that's pickpocketed by Kleinhout on this near side. Kleinhout launches it back to Morris Adams, who sends it over to Josie Holloman. deep in their defensive zone is Maryland, looking for a breakout pass. Holloman has control. Looking for a big loft pass is Holloman, able to find the stick of Adamson past the midfield line. Adamson wins possession for the Terrapins as a whistle gives a free hit to Josie Holloman. Maryland looking to break out. So that one's going to find the stick of a Terrapin down the far side. Callahan now taking it past the three-quarter line, looking to find into the middle. A whistle gives possession to Maryland here in a advantageous position as they take it into the shooter circle. That's deflected out of the shooter circle by the Huskies, but we have another penalty corner.
Yep, Terps gearing up again. Last time it was Jordan Holloman's shot that ended up not counting to the shot type and placement. But the Terps with a lot of good opportunities here in the third quarter, and you got to think you've got to convert on at least one of these. This is already, I believe, the 6th penalty corner for the Terps this frame.
It's a little hard to keep track. We're getting way up there. Loveridge has looked strong in this third quarter, has faced a lot of shots, has come up with a lot of saves. 7 saves now on the game. 8 saves now on the game.
Yeah, they updated the scoreboard right as you were saying it, Zach.
That's unfortunate for me. But here we go. Maryland looking to find another goal. So they have a 2-0 lead, just under 4 minutes left in this third quarter. It'll be Adamson at her usual spot, taking this one. There's the whistle, so we get ready to go. Adamson launching it into the middle, handled now on the stick of Josie Holloman, looking for a shot. That's deflected in front. And another whistle. That's going to be another penalty corner here.
Yep, big defensive stand from Northeastern right there, but again, they're going to let Maryland reset with another back-to-back opportunity.
So Adamson, again, might have a permanent residence at that place at this point. Adamson now sending that into the middle, handled by Kleinhout on the stick of Gayton, bounces off her foot, and that's possession Northeastern. Not able to cash in on that penalty corner is Maryland as we approach 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Northeastern still not able to find anything offensively. The Maryland defense doing their job and the offense holding up its end of the bargain as they are up 2-0 here. But now Pappas has it on the near side, launching it up. And that's deflected off the stick of Emmy Stubbs and out of play for Northeastern. Maryland now with possession as Morris Adams looking to find Josie Holloman in the middle. That's deflected, corralled by Mega. A whistle is going to give possession to Northeastern. Some miscommunication there. Slows the play down. Now Mega launching that one to nobody as it goes out of bounds. Handled by number 12, Josie Holloman. On this near side, launching that one past the midfield line, handled by Kleinhout, taking it towards the three-quarter line. Adjusts, find Jordan Holloman. And now Gayton has it in the offensive zone, looking to find space in the shooter circle. Kleinhout looking for a deflection, not able to find one, as that's corralled by a Northeastern defender. And now, just over 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Northeastern has possession in their defensive zone again, a familiar sight in this game, as they have not been able to maintain offensive possession. That whistle is going to give it to Northeastern, however, as that ball goes way out of play. I'm going to take a second to corral things here. Postler has it. And Northeastern firing that one past the midfield line on the far side. Looking for anything is number 8. Sanchez has to retreat. Good job by the Maryland defense keeping everything in front. Ella Gayton almost had a big interception there. But Mega now taking it up past midfield line. It's corralled by Stubbs on the near side. Some tough defending and a whistle as Northeastern has possession here. It's number 4 Yellen for Northeastern into Mega in the corner. Trying to find something. Strong defense by Kleinhout. Forces that pass to go awry and out of bounds. But the possession is maintained by Northeastern as we approach 1 minute left in this third quarter. Number 20, Deming, Looking to fire that one into the shooting circle, and that finds the stick of a Terrapin instead. So a turnover, but a turnover right back. But Gayton's able to come away with it for the Terrapins. Deflecting off Stubbs. Whistle is going to give that possession to Northeastern. A bit of a breakout chance here as Postler taking it deep into the offensive zone, trying to find something. That pass goes out of bounds. And Maryland now back with possession. A bit of a wasted opportunity there for the Huskies. So now Maryland in their defensive zone. Josie Holloman sending it back to Fair. Posting up right in front of their own net. Trying to find a breakout pass, but they would be perfectly okay with just running out the time here as we are approaching 10 seconds left in this third quarter. And it seems like that's what they're going to do, is they're just bouncing it back and forth in that corner. And a whistle gives possession to Maryland as we are counting down the final seconds of this third quarter. And there it is. Still with a 2-0 lead are the Maryland Terrapins. Third quarter of action has come and gone. A lot of offensive chances for Maryland. Not able to find another goal, but Northeastern has to find something quick here. Down 2 going into the fourth quarter. You're listening to WMUC Sports. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to WMUC Sports Radio. My name is Andy Parr, joined today by Zachary Koehler. And as we enter this fourth and final quarter, the Terps are protecting a 2-0 lead over visiting Northeastern. But Zach, they outshot the Huskies 18-2 in the first three quarters, including 10-1 in shots on net. What were you seeing from Maryland?
They were doing a great job of generating penalty corners, especially in that third quarter. We had a lot of those and a lot of strong offensive chances off of those. Northeastern has to clean up play in their defensive zone if they want a chance of coming back in this one. Klobasco has only had to make one save in this game, and with a goalie as good as Alyssa Klobasco, you're going to have to find more shots on goal if you want to punch one past her.
Absolutely. When we were watching that third quarter, it was, I think, about 2 minutes left the first time that I finally had to look over to the other side when Northeastern had some sustained possession, and I was like, oh, she's still there. A very light day for Alyssa Klobasco so far. Maryland gets possession off this first start to the fourth quarter, and we are underway. In her own end, this is Adamson. Adamson waits, plays it out to the outside for Morris Adams. The two of them play catch. Adamson on the defensive side of neutral. Ahead for Knoppert. Knoppert playing it ahead. Knoppert working one-on-one. We'll go back to Adamson. Adamson. Looks like Terps are just trying to play possession right now. Ahead for Morris Adams again. Morris Adams content with giving it back to Adamson. Adamson waiting. Plays it out across to Fair. Fair. Back over to Adamson. Adamson still standing in front of her own defensive zone. Now ahead, they finally get over neutral. This is Kuna. Kuna down low. Terps trying to break in. This is Jordan Holloman with it. Whistle here gives possession to Maryland. Inside, shot there. Big save from Loveridge. That one came off the stick of Kleinhout. Good pass there from Jordan Holloman. A nice shot from Kleinhout, and the best part was the save from Loveridge. Good operation on the offensive possession there for the Terps, and a better stop from Northeastern's netminder. Adamson with it in the offensive zone. To the outside, it's Fair. Fair Back into the middle. This is Rogers. Rogers trying to feed it down low for Josie Holloman. That passes out of reach. Possession to the Huskies. This will be Postler starting the charge in her own end. Tori Postler sending it up the sideline. Nobody home there. And we will reset. Free hit for the Terps. Knoppert to take it. Fleur Knoppert with it on the far side. Knoppert slowing things down. Leaves it for Rogers. Callie Rogers back to the center line. Holloman across for Morris Adams. Down low, trying to feed. That was Adamson again. Pass couldn't connect. Possession to the Huskies. Free hit on the near side coming into play. That pass goes out of bounds. Possession to the Terps. This will be number 10, Kleinhout. Leaves for Morris Adams. Morris Adams back across to Holloman. Holloman takes it over the neutral line. Now on the far side, it's Knoppert. Knoppert trying to play it in deep for Rogers. Two of them, a little bit of miscommunication there. That ball rolls out of bounds. Postler with it for Northeastern. Postler skies this one through neutral, knocked down by Knoppert. Knoppert with a little fake pass at first and then sends it ahead to Adamson. Adamson drops it back for Morris Adams. Morris Adams to the near side, down low. That was Kleinhout. Plays it back to Morris Adams. Morris Adams, she's got Holloman with her. Holloman sends it over the neutral line. Now this is Fair. Fair, far side down to Knoppert. Knoppert past the three-quarter line, leaves it for Rogers. Whistle there, possession to the Huskies. Northeastern starting to keep an eye on that clock as we drift below 12 minutes in this third quarter. In her own end, that was number 10, Alex Mega, but a turnover there for the Terps. Holloman in front, couldn't get the shot off. Loveridge out of position, score! Jordan Holloman following up the rebound makes it 3-0 Terps. Big-time goal there. Maryland's leading goal scorer adds another to her tally on the season.
It's been a banger day for the Holloman sisters. They each have a goal in this one, and this gap has gone up to 3. This feels insurmountable at this point for the Huskies. They've been passive all day. They need to find something quick if they want a chance in this one.
Big turnover there from the Huskies, and Jordan Holloman makes them pay. That was in front of her own net. It was Armaganian. I'm going to get there at one point. Armaganian, who turned it over right to Jordan Holloman, and Holloman making no mistakes in front of Loveridge. 3-0 Terps and outshooting the Huskies 21-2. Callie Rogers, that's Adamson with it in neutral. Adamson gets dispossessed for a moment right there. Now gets it back on her stick. Adamson down low. Inside it was Kleinhout. Kleinhout trying to carry it to the shooting circle. Shot there from Vasilio, saved by Loveridge. Rebound to Josie Holloman, another save for Loveridge, and that one rolls out of bounds. Terps really getting the offensive cycles going now.
And that deflection right outside the stick of Ellie Goldstein, a Maryland attacker, in there for an empty net opportunity, not able to punch it through.
Carrying it over the center line for Northeastern, it's Lily Smith. Smith now past the three-quarter mark, trying to break into the shooting circle. Smith feeding in front, big defensive stick there. Good intercept from Fleur Knoppert. Now on the far side, Maryland still with possession. It's Kleinhout. Terps facing some pressure here. Drexler. Now Holloman skies it, gets it over the neutral line. With it, that was Vasilios up ahead. Into the offensive end, it's Goldstein. Goldstein working one-on-one. Goldstein facing some pressure on the near side. Whistle here will give possession to the Terps. Coming in with it, it was Maya Everett. She's stripped of the ball there by Jess Garden. Now the other way. Here come the Huskies. It's Emmy Stubbs. Stubbs working one-on-one. Stubbs facing some pressure from Holloman. Drop. Good pass there. A big save from Plabasco. She got back into position to stonewall Gonzalez-Peru.
And that's probably the best opportunity the Huskies have had all day. Not able to convert on that one. Plabasco has looking sharp on that one despite not having a ton of work today.
Now the other way. This is Goldstein again. Goldstein pass out for Vasilios. Vasilios was in the shooting circle for a moment, then back outside. Down low, Terps trying to get a shot off there. Rebound is in! Maya Everett finds a bouncing ball in front of Loveridge, and now Maryland's really starting to pour it on. 4-0 Terps.
You would think maybe they play a little bit less aggressive, but the ball has just found the way to the Maryland sticks, found the way into the shooting circle, and another big goal, 4-0 for the Terrapins.
Another one where it was just a scramble in front of the net. Northeastern trying to vacate that ball, and then it just bounces right to Maya Everett. Nothing you can do if you're Arabella Loveridge. And now the Terps with 4 goals on 22 shots. That one rolls out of bounds on Northeastern's offensive end. Possession here for the Huskies just outside the shooting circle. With it at the top of the offensive zone, this is Anna Kate Deming. Deming playing it down low for Mega. Mega onto the near side, facing some pressure from Maryland. That one rolls out of bounds. Possession stays with the Huskies. Mega with it on the near side with the free hit. Back out to Deming. Deming trying to feed the shooting circle. Nobody home. Terps will get a free hit here. 8:35 to play here in the fourth quarter. Maryland leading the Huskies 4-0.
A real offensive explosion for the Terrapins. They've only scored 4 goals in one other game this season against Villanova all the way back on August 31st, where they won that one by a score of 4-0. Since then, they have not been able to put up this kind of offensive output. It's been a great senior day for the Maryland Terrapins.
Yes, as you were saying going into this one, Zach, it felt like this could be a real big confidence builder for the Terps heading into the Big Ten tournament. They're going to be facing off with a very good Ohio State team on Thursday afternoon. I believe they've already said it's scheduled for 2 p.m. in Bloomington. So the Terps doing all the right things today against the Huskies, trying to prepare for their postseason play. Now up ahead for Maryland, it's Vasilios. Vasilios carries it past the three-quarter line. Whistle here. Will let the Terps keep possession. And it might even be a penalty corner. Yep, penalty corner coming up for Maryland. Must have been inside of the shooting circle at that point. 7:43 to play here in the fourth quarter. Terps now up to 24 on the shot counter, 15 of them on net.
And on the flip side of what you were saying earlier, a big confidence booster for Maryland, but it could really affect the confidence of Northeastern as they head into their conference tournament. They've given up 4 goals in their past 2 games, of course losing 4-1 to Monmouth just this past Friday. They're looking to advance against Drexel in the first round of the CAA, but this is not the performance they were looking for.
Brinkley Air setting up for the penalty corner here. Get another whistle. Now we're getting the ready for play. Air with it. Air plays it out in front. Settled down for a moment there. Now Morris Adams. Morris Adams with a shot. Big blocker save for Loveridge. Morris Adams trying to pick that top corner. And Loveridge got back over. Another save can make that 11 for her this afternoon. Now with it for the Huskies, this is number 25, Ambrose. Ambrose gets dispossessed for the moment, and now Northeastern will take it again. This is Pappas. Pappas up ahead for Mega. Mega facing some pressure. Ambrose gets the pass for a moment. Maryland's got to give him possession. Ambrose up ahead. She was looking for Smith right there, intercepted by Drexler. Now the other way for Maryland. This is Air. Air has the ball taken away for a moment. Whistles bringing in some confusion, and this will be Maryland ball for now. Northeastern with it in neutral. Long-range pass coming in there from Deming. Intercepted immediately again by Maryland. This is Fair with it for the Terps. Fair carrying it in the neutral zone. Fair trying to find Gayton on that pass. Doesn't go anywhere. Huskies with the ball again. Northeastern looks like they're going back to the dump and chase method, and Maryland's all over it. Gayton with it for the Terps. Drops for Everett. Maya Everett, the most recent Terrapin to get on the scoreboard. Sending that one in deep. Taken away for the moment by Northeastern, and Everett gets it back. Everett back out for Callahan. Callahan has that ball taken away for the moment. Now Northeastern's got it again the other way, but it only goes as far as Erica Morris-Adams. Morris-Adams across for Drexler. Drexler sending it through neutral, taken away by Deming. Deming taking it the other way for Northeastern. 5.5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Whistle here gives possession to the Huskies. This will be Deming again. Deming just outside of the offensive zone. Deming, pass there. Gets intercepted by Trexler. Trexler now with it in her own end, just trying to kill some time off the clock. Whistle here gives possession to the Terps. Trexler with a free hit. Trexler will try and put that one a little bit high. She was looking for air. Couldn't connect on that pass. Ball goes to the Huskies. 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. This is Ava Tello with it for Northeastern. Tello all the way out to center for Armaganian. Back down low. Huskies trying to enter the shooting circle. Good stall up there. Erica Morris-Adams with a big defensive play. A.J. Ayer coming in for support, and now Maryland's got possession. But only for a moment as Deming with a takeaway. Deming trying to feed it in tight. Whistle here stops the play for a moment. Now still with it, it's Alex Mega. Mega trying to get in on Klobasco. Big defensive stick there for the Terps. That was Kleinhout stalling up that passing lane. Maryland now gets it out of their defensive zone. Through neutral, it was A.J. Ayer for a moment. Now free hit coming up for the Terps. With it, it's Kleinhout. Kleinhout plays it back for Morris-Adams. Terps now starting to look content with just maintaining possession and killing some time off this clock. Big whistle coming in here. Complete stoppage of the clock. And they're going to send off Horwitz. Free hit here for Northeastern. Huskies now trying to get one last gasp in here. Officially a green card assessed to Leah Horwitz. Ambrose with it for Northeastern. Ambrose trying to feed it down low. That one deflects off of Kleinhout. Out of play, and it'll maintain with the Huskies.
So this penalty for Northeastern, a big chance to, they're probably not going to score 4 goals in 3 minutes, but a big chance to get on the scoreboard and build some confidence back up here.
Yep, Northeastern trying to get any positive takeaways out of this game, trailing 4-0 late in the fourth quarter. As you said before, they have to face Drexel on Friday in their first round of the Colonial Athletic Association tournament. With it for the Terps. This is Morris-Adams. Plays it out slowly to the other side for Trexler. Back to Morris-Adams. Morris-Adams right in front of Alyssa Klobasco. Morris-Adams still with it. Morris-Adams waits. Long range pass there. She was looking for, that was Kuna who was standing at center. Couldn't get her stick on it. Huskies have it the other way. It's Ambrose. Ambrose down low looking for Adragna. Taken away by Kleinhout. Kleinhout trying to stall it up on the corner. Rolls out of bounds. Possession here for the Terps. It'll be Trexler. Trexler from the sideline out to Morris-Adams. Morris-Adams plays it out slowly. Intercepted there. That's Puccio. Puccio with it for the Huskies. Trying to find the shooting zone. Good opportunity there. Stalled out by Adamson. Now the other way, it's Callie Rogers. Rogers for Adamson. Adamson over the center line. Looking for Callie Rogers. Rogers with some speed she's got on the near side. Horwitz now released from her penalty. It looked like it for a moment. Still has it up on the graphics, but Horwitz walking back out onto the field. Now they've taken it off the board.
And while all that was happening, we have yet another penalty corner for the Maryland Terrapins. Their 13th of the game.
Glad you've been keeping track of that one, Zach. I lost count in the third quarter. Terps out shooting the Huskies now 25-4, 16-2 in the shots on goal department. So a big day in net for Arabella Loveridge. She stopped 12 out of 16. And just the Terps have been all over the Huskies in the offensive end. This will be Adamson taking the penalty corner. Adamson, here's the whistle. Plays it out in front. Settled down there for a moment. Long-range shot coming in from Morris Adams. That one's blocked down. So another penalty corner coming up here for the Terps. Their 14th. It'll be Adamson to take it again. Adamson gets the whistle. Now passes it out. Morris Adams, long-range shot, looking for a deflection in front, sliding in. That was Horwitz. Couldn't get her stick on it for the late tip, but another penalty corner is coming up for the Terps. 1:33 to play here in the fourth. 3 back-to-back-to-back penalty corner opportunities here for Maryland.
And they tried a little bit something different on that last one. I mean, if you have 14 opportunities, you're going to have to go pretty deep into your play sheet.
Adamson squares it up for the third straight time. Adamson plays it out. Morris Adams. Morris Adams, that one is tipped up high. Adamson now with it down low. Adamson entering the shooting circle. Adamson has that ball taken away for a moment. Whistle give possession to the Huskies. Down to just over 1 minute left here in this game. Maryland still leading 4-0. Looking well on their way to their 10th win of the season. Just a truly dominant performance in this regular season finale on senior day, shutting down the Huskies defensively and getting a lot of opportunities going the other way, really converting on those penalty corners, getting good looks on Arabella Loveridge. Now with it, for the moment it was Adamson. Whistle will give possession to Northeastern. With it for the Huskies, it's Jess Garden. Plays it down low for Postler. Postler trying to play it through neutral, taken away by Kleinhout. Kleinhout ahead for Morris Adams. Erica Morris Adams has that ball taken away by Yellen. Morris Adams wins possession back now. 15 seconds left. Terps just trying to run out the clock here. We get one final whistle, gives possession to the Huskies. But as that pass gets taken away there by Ava Trexler, the ball will be on her stick. And the Terps have earned a 4-0 senior day victory in their regular season finale.
And it really was such a complete game for the Terrapins. They have looked perhaps the best they have in a long time in this one. 4-0, looking to build on that going into the Big Ten tournament. For Northeastern, back-to-back defeats as they go into their conference tournament. Not how you want to do that for the Huskies.
As we were saying, the Terps have been so good defensively all season. It was great to see them finally start converting at the other end of the field, pumping 28 shots on the Huskies, 16 of them on goal, and getting 4 past Arabella Loveridge. Thank you to everybody for tuning in on WMUC Sports Radio today with Zachary Koehler. My name is Andy Parr. Thank you for watching with us today. And we hope that you'll join us next time whenever the next WMUC Sports Radio broadcast is.